Hi, welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, where we are documenting our slimming world journey and beyond. I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And this is a car vlog.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's deal with the issue that some of you are wondering what the hell happened last week. Last week I was poorly. We got our flu jab. No, we didn't. We got our vaccine, our boosters last Wednesday. And by the time we'd been to get weighed in, I was starting to feel a bit ropey, wasn't I?
You were poorly for a couple of days, didn't you?
Yeah, so we basically left group at normal time, sat in the car, and I was like, I don't feel well. Yeah. Let's just go home. We'll do it from the sofa tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday of last week, I was poorly. Yeah. I was so poorly. I was just, you name it, I had every bad side effect known to man, didn't I? I was really, really ill. And then I woke up on the Saturday and I was like, oh, I feel fine now. But I was really poorly. I had
an achy arm for a while and then I was okay. I think, like I say, it was only towards the next day that my arm started hurting, but apart from that, I didn't have any other side effects.
You didn't have any side effects? No, it was really good for you.
All right.
But yeah, just goes to show you can't tell with the boosters and things. But anyway, so we did weigh in last week, and so last week you came in with
£2 off.
£2 off, which took you to 5 stone 5 pounds in total, which was absolutely amazing. And I came in with £1 off, which is okay. So that took me to 1 stone 9 pounds. So yeah, so that was fine. We were on plan last week, weren't we? And this week we've also been on plan, super on plan. We've had lots and lots of vegetables this week. We've kind of upped our vegetable intake a tiny. I mean, you've seen what we've been eating over the past few weeks, so we eat a lot of vegetables anyway. But I think this week we didn't have any pasta, and I think we had one day with some rice. So we've upped our game with veggies the rest of the week, haven't we?
I think there's a lot of sweet and carrot mash we had.
Yeah, and a lot of cabbage.
And a lot of cabbage with our dinner.
Yeah.
I think with quite a few of our meals we had cabbage.
Yeah, or also kale and spinach and all sorts of things that we've had in, haven't we? So yeah, so that's been good, and that's been, it's been really sort of, I mean, there's not really been a change in terms of, we've not done that on purpose, is it?
No, it's just how it was this week.
We got one of the veg boxes on Thursday from the Too Good To Go app. We actually picked it up at the same place here at the old fire station in Gipton, and basically
used a lot of the veggies up from that.
Yeah, you just got a whole bunch of veggies and a few tins and things, and yeah, we got tons of veggies. So we were using that this week and putting it with, you know, the veggies we'd got in Aldi and stuff. So yeah, so we've had a really good week. So then, do you want to go first with your weigh-in this week?
I lost £4 this week. Yep.
Which is phenomenal. Really good.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't feel, like I say, any different this week than last week. So.
Well, you were £2 to your next award.
Yeah, I was.
Which means
I am now 5 stone. Is it 5 stone £9 now?
Yep, 5 stone 9 he's lost, and he's got his 5.5 stone award. Look at that. Look at that.
Look, I've got all flushed now, but I say it's just because I've come in from somewhere hot.
Because it was really
warm in there, and I've just come in the car.
Come in the cold and come into the car. Yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit flushed as well. Yeah. So yeah, he's got his 5.5 stone award. So how would you feel at 5.5 stone in exactly 6 months? Because it's exactly 6 months to the day since we rejoined.
I feel like I've been doing this for a lot longer though. Like I say, just with what we eat now, but weight wise, like I say, only once I've gone past, I think, the first couple of stone or so, then I kind of pretty much, I feel a little lighter in myself. It's easier on my legs, but I think in general it's just keep going. And I don't feel any different. Absolutely doing better, even though your breathing's still not right. Yeah, you are doing so much better. You really are. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'll say, but once I don't feel, like I say, I think now if someone said, okay, here's a backpack, I filled it up with 5 stone, put that on your back. Imagine it. Now, I would think, blimey, I can't move that. That's really heavy. And sometimes, I say, at some of the groups, that's what they do. They all, you know, pile up something and see it, like whatever weight it is that you've actually lost, and only then you realise quite how much it was, or how much, you know, you were carrying on your body.
Well, 5 stone 9 is £79. So that is the size.
That's probably of a child.
Of a medium-sized child, yeah. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So amazing.
Like I say, I did this before. Like I say, 7 stone took me a year and a half.
And you've done 5.5 in 6 months.
Yeah. Bonkers, isn't it?
Amazing. You're so dedicated. It's amazing.
But I think one of the big changes, like I say, in my life is just no added sugar now. So I only kind of pick food. If it is processed of any sort, it'll be no added sugar items. And like I say, a lot of our food that we do eat now is just fruit, vegetables and meat and fish.
It's very it's very
plain.
World War II or between the wars, you know, that sort of meat and two veg kind of eating.
You know, back in the days when they didn't have so much processed food, and now, like I said, in groups a day, 3/4 of a supermarket you walk in will be all processed food.
Mega processed, and we eat very, very clean now, don't we?
Very clean food. So it's like I say, it's whatever people, you know, whatever works for you. But obviously, I've tried. I used to go on hi-fi bars that you get in the groups. They've got a ton of sugar in them, and I think I got to a point, and it's like, I don't, you know, there's so many benefits from not having added sugar, because your body will get addicted to all sugar in all different types of food. I just decided one day, I don't need that anymore. I'm not going to have added sugars anymore. I don't want that.
Even over Christmas, I mean, the only things we've got in Christmas wise, or sort of that have any sugar in, are some of the skinny bars that we bought in
just
Home
a
Bargains.
few of those, but
and those we've only got like a couple of packets. And I can see it being having one on Christmas or Boxing Day, and then put the rest away, and like they'll still be there in 6 months' time, knowing you probably. But yeah, really, really well done. Really well done. It's amazing. Amazing.
Last week you were really disappointed.
Yeah.
You lost £1 last week.
Yeah, I was.
And
because I've been totally on it. Totally on it.
I said to you last week, don't stress about it. If you've been totally on plan, it will soon show on the scales. It
catches up eventually.
It catches up.
Which it did today. So I have been, as I say, super on plan. I've still been eating a handful of gummies at night, the sugar-free gummies. I've been having my bread, my healthy extra B allowance.
Gluten-free bread, didn't you now? So
we've got. I had white bread last week. This week I've got brown, which I'm looking forward to even more. But I've had that every day. I've been eating my cheese, you know. So all of that has been absolutely normal. I haven't like starved myself or anything. But I came in today with a Brenda loss. Now, if you don't know our consultant Brenda, if you say to her at the end of a group, when you say, you know, you do image therapy, and she says, how much do you want to lose next week? If you say, oh, I'll be happy with the loss.
And as in losing any amount or whatever most people say it as.
Yeah.
But she doesn't think that, does she? So
well, no, she puts you down for £6. She says, oh, I'll put you down for 6 then.
Yeah.
And that's what we call a Brenda loss. And I came in this week with £6 off. Again, I don't understand, because I've eaten pretty much the same food as last week. So, well, you know, I said, it is what it is. It's just my body.
Going on with how your system works, but I said eventually it will show on the scales.
Eventually it catches up. Yeah. But one of the things I have noticed this week is that my rings, I've had to move this ring across from my other hand, because this hand's slightly bigger, because my literally it's been falling off my fingers. And so my rings are feeling a lot more loose, and I've gone down knicker size and all sorts of things. And eventually I knew that would show up on the scales, but it's taken its time. It really has taken its time. But yeah, so that means I came in this week. It's been 6 months, but I got a 2 stone award. I mean, I'm okay with that. I am actually now at 2 stone £1 in total. Look at the colour on the thing, because I've held that up. Here we go. Look, there we go. So 2 stone £1.
It seems like a lot. It is actually more, because you had obviously a gain at the very beginning, didn't you?
Yeah. So there is actually probably another half a stone on top of that I've actually lost, because I had an increase. But 2 stone. If you say 2 stone 1, let's go with what was Slimming World say. 2 stone 1 that is what's that? That works out at £29 in 6 months. That's not, you know, that's not bad. 4 stone a year, that would work out to be on average. You know, that's not bad. If somebody said to me, you know, you can lose a couple of stone in 6 months, you can lose 4 stone in a year, that's fine. That's about the amount you were losing before to lose 7 stone in a year and a half. So you know, it's not too far off that. And I know last time I'd be really happy with that. It's just that with me, because it isn't consistent, that's where I get a bit frustrated, and that's where this journey feels a hell of a lot harder this time round for me. It really does.
So like I say, it doesn't even feel like we're like, because this is how we eat now. It just feels like this is our normal. Yeah, I didn't realise it had only been 6 months to today that we've been at group.
Yeah, because we were talking in the group as well, because there weren't many people that stayed tonight, and we had a different consultant, so it was really chatty. But we were saying that when we got ill with COVID back in March of 20, like everything changed. We were so poorly, we weren't able to cook properly, so we survived on takeaways for the longest time, didn't we? Pretty much until we rejoined, and then the eating disorders kicked in, and then because we put weight on, we were feeling crap. So punishing yourself by, you know, giving yourself treats, which is what we did, because they're not treats, are they? No, if you're watching this, you know that Slimming World, you know that diet is, you know, you damage yourselves very easily by having a treat. It's not a treat, it's self-medicating, we know that. But that's what we were doing, but it feels like we kind of blinked when we got poorly, and then we opened our eyes, and it's now, and that whole 18 months in between where we gained the weight, it feels like that's, you know, that hasn't happened. It feels like we're just like, oh, okay, we're back to here now.
We've reversed it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've still got a bit more to lose before I'm back to where I was, but it's happening. So I'm really, really pleased with that. But it also did mean something else this week. Look, I've got my very own Slimmer of the Week certificate. It wasn't Rufus, it was me. Me. It's all about me.
I said last week I was in a higher weight
stone
bracket, and now I've gone down to the next stone as well.
I am 1.5 pounds away from changing the bracket. I am blank stone and 1. So I am 1 pound and I'll be on it, and £0.5 pound extra and I'll be under it. So I'm happy with that. It doesn't really make a difference to me, that, because I only ever see what I weigh at group. So, and I can barely remember most of the time, but I'm really, really happy that it's been a good week. I'm happy with that. I really am. I'm glad to get my 2 stone. That was annoying me, 2 stone, because last time round I got that fairly easy. Like, it took sort of 3 or 4 months, but this time round that's been a real struggle. Like, getting to 1.5 stone took bloody ages for me. It really did, didn't it? But anyway, we will put an insert in. I'm not going to do you 14 days worth of food, but I will do you what we've eaten this week, and maybe a couple of bits that we had last week as well. So we'll put those in right now. So then, what was your favourite dinner for the last 2 weeks, but mainly this week, but over the last 2 weeks?
I think last week we had a bolognese, I think, because I made bolognese. Nice. And this week I think 2 days I cooked roast dinners, I think, on 2 days. So
you've done a lot more cooking this last
I really enjoyed like I said, roast dinner.
Yeah, you've done a lot more cooking. I've been quite poorly, so you've actually sort of been cooking again, which is
really nice.
Really weird for me. It's really weird because for 18 months you weren't able to cook or stand or anything. So it's really weird not feeling like I've got to be in the kitchen cooking. It really does. We're just checking out my eyeshadow then. So for me, I think, I mean, you know I love a roast dinner. It's one of my favourite meals. But I really liked the bolognese. I thought that was really nice. We had some fish last week.
Fish and stir fry.
That was nice. We've got that again tonight, actually. Spoiler. But yeah, that's really nice. We like it with that. Yeah. But I also quite liked what we had yesterday with all the... Because it was a bit of a weird one. We had steak, but then we had...
peppers...
No, we had, go from the beginning, we had asparagus, we had kale, we had cabbage and spinach, and then we had courgette with red pepper and tomato.
Tomatoes and cherry tomatoes.
And all sweated down in the pan, the last three, with a steak on the side. It was a random one, but it was really, really nice. I mean, the steaks weren't the best.
So I say
the Aldi steaks were better,
we do have some days, like I say, back in, since I can't remember, I would always say, if I had meat, I would either have potatoes or some rice and vegetables. It wasn't a proper meal unless I had pretty much some sort of carbs, some meat, some protein, and obviously my vegetables. But nowadays, occasionally we'll just have, you know, a small portion of meat of something, or fish, a load of vegetables, and I sometimes don't eat potatoes or the rice on that day, so we'll have just a speedy dinner.
Yeah, effectively an SP day.
An SP, but nowadays I'm quite happy with that. Sometimes I don't need potatoes every day. I don't, you know. Occasionally we'll chop a butternut up and pop that in the air fryer, and we'll put that on the side of whatever we're having as well. So some days I don't eat potatoes at all. I think we're having potatoes tonight though. But
I think a little jacket potato.
Yeah.
But one of the things we're also planning for this week coming is we're going to do a quark and low-fat cheese stuffed red peppers.
The little sweet peppers.
Little sweet peppers. Yeah, we're going to do that this week in the air fryer and put some like garlics and herbs and things in, and probably put that with a side of vegetables, and then not have meat with it and just have that. I think that's going to be really delicious. But yeah, so there you are. That is everything that we've eaten this last week and a bit. So then, let's crack on to the question that I know many of you are asking. How close to bankruptcy is Lisa this week? So then, if you don't know, TeamSeas is a project that Mr. Beast, the YouTuber, started only a couple of months back, wasn't it? Only in October. Yeah. So we basically decided to join the project, and basically what they're aiming to do is to remove 30 million pounds of waste from the oceans by raising $30 million. And how they're doing that is they're working with 2 different charities to remove plastic waste from the sea itself, but also to stop it getting into the sea. So taking it off the beaches and taking it off of out of the rivers. So it's a massive, massive project. It's running all the way through until the end of 2021. So I think we've got one more week
next week.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people would just go, every pound we lose, we donate £1. But in my infinite wisdom, I was like, no. Every pound we lose, we donate £1, and every pound we put on, we donate 5, and we do that on a week-by-week basis, so a rolling total. So basically, even if over the course of the 3 months we've lost, if there's been a week where we've gained, for every pound we've gained, so, I've got to give it £5.
So for me, on the last video, I was at £22.50, and that obviously in last week's weigh-in of £2 is now £24.50, and then with this week of £4, so that makes me £28.50 for me.
It's getting expensive, isn't it? getting expensive.
And what about you? You've got more on me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for me, I need to take out a bank loan. So I was at £39.50 because I had a couple of weeks. I had 1 week where did I gain £3.5? And it was £17.50 or something I had to pay in 1 week. So it was really expensive. Yeah, it was. So I am up to £39.50 as of the last video. Last week I lost £1, so that will be £40.50. And then this week I lost £6. So it's £6 more. So overall,
you said you wanted to slowly lose weight, dear. Not that quick.
No, overall that means we are donating £76 to TeamSeas in money, which when it's converted into dollars is going to be around about $90, if not slightly over $90. So that is £90 of trash coming out the ocean. £90 in weight. That is like a 10-year-old's weight coming out the oceans. That's a lot of weight.
So
a lot
if I
of
manage to
plastic
lose
waste.
if I lose a couple of pound after Christmas, then let's say it'll be £30.50 then for me.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we do next week. But
we'll see. We'll give you our totals next week. But so far, TeamSeas is doing all right by us. They really are.
I don't plan on putting any weight on next week over Christmas. I can't afford it.
I know, right? I can't. This is the best. That's the best motivator actually for staying on plan all over Christmas.
It is.
I can't even put a
Just
pound
think
on.
of that plastic, dear.
Just think of my plastic, the credit card.
I know,
Gosh,
right?
it's gonna get a right beating, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is our TeamSeas result.
Well, you wanted to do it, dear.
I don't mind.
You got it.
I'm very happy to do it because I think it's a massively worthwhile project. If you do want to donate, you can donate to TeamSeas by going to teamseas.org, and please share this video, share the project by using hashtag TeamSeas everywhere on the social medias. So this is the point where we ask you how you have done this week. If you are on a diet plan, if you're on a weight loss journey, if you're doing Slimming World, Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, the cabbage soup diet, whatever it is that you're doing.
Slimming World, but with no added sugars.
Yep. Whatever you're doing, however you're working it, how have you done this week? Have you gained, maintained? Have you had a loss? Have you had a Brenda loss? That's the question. Let us know how you're going down in the comment section. So we are planning an unplanned Christmas. The only thing we're planning to do is on Christmas Day itself, we are going to have some Yorkshire puddings, which we will probably sin, and we'll probably do
proper gravy.
Yeah, we'll probably do what's called flexi sinning, which is where you still count them, you just add them in. So instead of sticking to 15, we might go to 20 or 25 sins on Christmas Day. But that's it, because for us, this is just how we eat now, and like the fact that it's Christmas. Well, that's not an excuse, is it? Like, if you were an alcoholic, it's Christmas.
I know you get people say, I didn't lose weight this week because of my medication or something. Or
Oh, yeah. And then, like, the weeks where I don't lose weight. But it's not because I've put other things in my mouth. But, for us, we can't eat food like that anymore. And it would be like saying to an alcoholic, it's Christmas, just have a bottle of vodka. Or saying to an ex-drug addict, it's Christmas, shoot up 15 lots of heroin. I don't know what you do with drugs like that. I've got no idea. But whatever, use again. That's literally what we were like saying, and the excuse is, well, it's Christmas. Whereas for us, it's like, well, this
is our everyday life. So
and we did a little task in there, didn't we? Where planning the ultimate Christmas day, where you start off in the morning and you go, I'll have a little Bucks Fizz, and I'll have a coffee with a bit of Irish cream, and I'll have a mince pie while I'm cooking. And get the wine open throughout the day, and I'm gonna have me roasties and me pigs in blankets.
Out if you did that all day, like a lot of families do when they get together, that it could end up in hundreds of sins.
400
sins.
400 sins.
Yep.
At least they were working
for
on
one day.
For one day, and I mean that's a fairly indulgent day.
Yeah,
but it's not. It wasn't. It didn't even sound that extreme, did it? Not hugely extreme.
Quite a few drinks, I think. Like I say, from about noon onwards, isn't it? When all the families start getting together. But
again, that's the sort of, if you've got a large family and you've got you're really into your Christmas celebrations.
Someone's going to give you a drink.
A lot of people do
and
that.
Then it's kind of like, go on, have another one. Go on, it's Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, and you go, I'll have some celebrations. I'm not really hungry. I don't really fancy a supper but I'll just have a mince pie and a
few
little bit of
after
cold,
eights and a
bit of cold turkey, and I'll have a couple of after eights because it's Christmas.
So I said,
and I'll have some pretzels and some peanuts because it's Christmas.
We've done. I said in one of our, obviously one of the videos that's going to go up about how many sins the after eights are and a few other like snacks and treats. I said, and you realise, you know, a lot of them you're going to have more than one.
Yeah.
And then you realise how much it starts adding up to.
Yeah.
So it's just, I say, you've got to be really careful with all that.
Yeah, you do, absolutely. But we will show you what we're doing for Christmas. We're probably going to film a little bit on Christmas Day itself. I know, right? This is how sad we are now. But we will film a little bit and show you, because I am anticipating for this week to be no different than a normal week for us in terms of weight loss. Like, I might come in with a pound, I might come in with a maintain. Hopefully I don't gain.
But I'm saying you can spoil yourself a bit, and you know, you can have the odd treats on Christmas, but just, you know, just be sort of
be mindful
about quite how much you know what you are eating, and you can still come in with a loss.
Yeah,
even if it's a £1 or £2, you can still do it. I mean, look what you lost this week.
I know.
So
ridiculous.
People should have no issue with either coming in with a maintain or
a slight gain,
or
like a £1 or two. But I know, like, because we've been doing this last time we were doing this, and like people would come in after Christmas and they'd have like £8 or £9, £10 gains in a week. And that can be heartbreaking, especially if you've been on it and really struggling for months to lose, and you've got to like 1.5 stone or 2 stone, to then put on 6, 7, 8 pounds in a week is a lot. It's a lot. So for us, because this journey is really important to us, and because we've got a massive goal of getting to our destination for weight loss, that's more important than having, you know, extra mince pies and chocolate and all of that on Christmas. And to be fair, because we've been sugar free for so long, I reckon now if we had a normal mince pie and a bit of normal custard on it, I think it would probably we'd go into a sugar rush. Well, it would trigger us, but I think we'd be running around like a, you know, when they give toddlers, like you give a toddler a sweet with some numbers in, and they run around like a headless chicken. It would be like that. It would be like Eddie the puppy. When he wakes up in the morning, he does this mad dash. He goes from the kitchen to his bed, kitchen to bed, kitchen bed. It literally just goes backwards and forwards until he kind of realises his legs are working and he's a bit knackered. But we'd be like that if we had that, let alone like really pushing the boat out. But we also completely understand that we're lucky because we haven't got kids. And so for us, we haven't got that temptation. We haven't got the, you know, the chocolate advent calendars in for the kids, and the chocolate selection boxes and the crisps and all of those treats. So for us, we're able to be very mindful, aren't we?
But I said as well, you know, knowing what I'm like, I said, and maybe sometimes how you are, that some food as well, even though it's nice and people have it at Christmas, it can very much be a trigger food. Yeah. So if you got a box of after eights, I probably want more than one, because who has one after eight? Yeah,
you get 3 or 4 at a time, don't you?
Yeah, so who has one? It's like, before you realise it, it's a lot.
And the thing is, that's why I'm also a little bit concerned, even with the skinny bars. Like, we're going to have to be really mindful of that, because even though they are only 5 sins, that's still 5 sins a bar, and there's 5 in a packet, and we've got a couple of packets. So you know what I mean? That could be a lot of sins.
For me, I said I'll just put them away anyway, and then just give you it when you ask, and that's it then.
Yeah, that's it. And it's one of those things where I think for us, we can't allow ourselves that. It is literally, I have to think of this now like it's like we're addicts, and we have to be really, really mindful of what we eat, because it would be very easy to slip back into those old patterns.
I say food's all,
and to trigger that
stuff that's around you constantly. So,
but it'd be very easy to trigger that part of your brain, which is like craving the sugar. And it wouldn't take a lot. You know, one day of letting go of the reins.
Oh, that's it.
And suddenly you'll be craving sugar for the next month.
That's why I don't want to get Christmas cake and things like that, because for one, you think all the fruit that's in it, and then obviously all the sugar and other stuff that's been in that. And it's just like, it makes me feel really bloaty and then lethargic after eating that sort of food. I don't enjoy the after effects of just feeling like just tired from eating food that's like that. So for me, I'm just quite happy to just eat my vegetables and things, and just have the odd few little nice things, and I'll be really happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, to be fair, the you know, to be fair, the actual food that we eat, we really enjoy. We're like, it's not that we're starving ourselves at the moment to get a weight loss.
Not at all.
We're eating very, very well. Thank you very much. We're eating a lot of food.
Look at some of the pictures of the meals we have.
Yeah.
I said, and you see
Big
how
plates, big plates
compared to a lot of people that put them on on the Facebook Slimming World group that we obviously were part of. A lot of the meals, I look at them and for some of the people, and I think, if I ate that, I'd be really hungry still.
We are totally food optimizing in the whole. Yeah. The aim is to fill us up,
eat a lot of vegetables
to feel
on
full,
plate as well, don't we?
to feel satisfied.
Yeah.
And not to feel hungry, and to be fair, we don't, but to do so in a way that all of the food we eat is super healthy and super on plan. So yeah, that's just the way that we do things. But anyway, however you choose to spend your Christmas, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful time. However you choose to spend the holidays, whether you are celebrating Christmas or not, if you are food optimizing fully throughout, or if you're just going to say, sod it, I'm having a week off, I'll let it lie where it lies, and we'll come back and deal with it next week. However you choose to spend the holidays, have an absolutely lovely time. Like, this year has been hellish for many people, so whatever you need to get through it, you get through it, absolutely, and we will see you on the other side. So,
before you go, don't forget to like the video as well.
Yes, and also hit the subscribe button and ding that bell. And we have one more car vlog coming up on a Saturday. One more. This is the penultimate one. And next week's is going to be the final car vlog, because in January we are going to be doing this live. So starting on the very first Wednesday of January, on our very first 2022 weigh-in at 7 p.m. UK time, we will be going live on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, and basically we're asking and inviting every one of you to join us for a chat. 7 p.m. UK time, we'll be coming straight out of that door over there at group, coming straight in the car, and going either crying if I've had a gain, or celebrating. We're going to be doing it live with all of you. I can't wait for that, actually. I really can't wait for that. I really enjoy going live and speaking to all of you. So hopefully that'll be something that you feel able to join us for. And that was actually Rufus's idea. I know, right? 6 months ago you didn't even want to be on camera, and now we're doing, hello? Is there anybody there? Oh, they're coming through from the other side. No, but no, the veil's thinned. We're back up to normal now. No more spirits coming through. But if you want to know about that, go and check out my other witchcraft channel. I'll put the link up in the corner. Anyway, got to get the plug in. But anyway, that is it from us. We will see you next week for our very last filmed car vlog before we go live. So yeah, however you're spending Christmas or whatever you're doing, have an absolutely fabulous time. And as we always say, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and happy slimming and happy Christmas. Bye. Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing, Gloria, in heaven the bells are ringing.
Yeah.